Oh, it's really yummy. I cannot describe.
Her vocabulary is
My
suddenly
vocab very limited one. I only know yummy, shiok. That's about it.
Or you can say delicioso.
Delicious. Hello, I'm in the East again at Changi Precinct, and usually when you think of the East, you think about food. At OGS, we've covered quite a lot of food stories, but it's usually not just about the taste, it's about the stories and the memories related to the place as well. So today we'll be covering a few food spots where we'll share a few personal memories with you as well. But because I have an untrained palate, I brought along a friend with me.
Hi, Wenqi.
Hello, Veronica Phua. And we're very hungry.
Oh, goodness,
So let's
yes.
go and have our first meal of the day. Let's go!
Let's go. Okay, so now we're here at Bedok. Because I grew up in the East, I'm very familiar with a lot of eating places in this area. My parents, who are the OG foodies, are the ones who introduced me to this store. And I've been coming back repeatedly since. With them and sometimes without. Many reasons why I love this Mee Hoon Kueh. I mean, there's a lot of sentimental value attached to it as well. So for me, I've been eating at this stall for more than 10 years. And it was, like I said, the OG foodies, my parents, who brought me here. I would sometimes meet them for breakfast. So it was like a little bonding session. So because of that, this Mee Hoon Kueh has become very significant to me.
Handmade, right?
Handmade, from scratch. She makes the batter, then she rolls out these, and then she hand tears. You can tell the texture is very different. It's very soft, but yet a little bit chewy, and she cooks it just right.
Oh, the chili got kicks, yeah.
Are you sweating?
Auntie,
好
啊，好
很好
见呐。
谢谢。我带我的朋友文琪来吃你的餐，欢迎。
先听说你这边卖面，你的价钱是很便宜哦。
早上吃啊，大多数每个人吃不多，而且老人家多，所以2块钱。
2块钱的东西，以前很多，现在很难找了。连你卖多久了
？20年了。哇，我卖20年了。妈妈呢就喜欢吃汤的，爸爸妈妈也是很喜欢。
你记得他的全家人都
对，他爸爸妈妈差不多每天都有会来的。谢谢你们啊，辛苦你们了啊！你们要不要吃东西？
Okay, so after such a good meal, I'm now craving something sweet.
Next stop, Swiss rolls.
Yes.
Even through the mask also can smell. That looks super fluffy, man.
Rich and Good has been open for about 23 years. In the very beginning, we were in Ang Mo Kio. We did all kinds of cakes, puffs, sandwiches, everything. Then after that, I find it not feasible.
Too many distractions.
Too many, yeah.
So how did you decide on Swiss rolls?
Swiss rolls is not so common. When I first started learning, the Swiss roll was very, very big. So I go and do some adjustment and I come up with a small one.
Do you have a favorite flavor?
I love kaya and coffee.
So for the kaya, you actually make it from scratch yourself?
Yes, we don't buy from commercial one. It's not the same.
Okay, now we have our rich and good. Let's try.
Hey, cheers! Wow. Can't wait.
Cheers. Yum.
Mine is really, really good.
Last time I don't really like Swiss rolls. Yeah, so I was very, very hesitant to try rich and good. But after I had their Swiss roll, I was a Swiss roll convert.
I, on the other hand, would tapao this, and everybody would sit around with their cups of tea or kopi during the middle of the afternoon.
Like, was that kind of how you started, I don't know, sharing about food and stuff?
When you share something that's really tasty or what you think is very delicious, and you see the joy on other people's faces when they realize, oh my goodness, this is really that good, it kind of motivates you to want to keep on sharing.
Do people get envious about how you do this for a living?
Well, actually, this is not my main source of income, so I don't get paid to write reviews. For me, it's very much because I'm curious about food and I genuinely love to try new places if it interests me.
So your Insta bio really very accurate. You're a passionate foodie.
I really am.
Okay, so for our last stop of the day, we're gonna go travel to eat Italian food. Let's go!
My aim is to bring everybody, all kinds of people, from Malay, Chinese, Indian, so that they enjoy the food. Yeah.
For me, when I think of Italian restaurants, I always feel very intimidated.
Why?
Because I don't know I
You
feel like,
dressed up,
yeah,
you
and
know?
like very atas, like nasi.
Oh, okay.
You know? Yeah, but it feels different, you know, coming
Okay, it
here.
depends on where you are. Here is just our neighborhood restaurant, so I'm fine with that.
So why Italian food?
First of all, I'm married to an Italian and I've been living in Italy for 5 years. For the Italian cooking is from my late husband and my mother-in-law. That's how I learned, yeah.
Got a question. Can you tell me more about how you met your husband?
Oh, how I met my husband. I was singing in Marco Polo Hotel and my husband was staying in Marco Polo for his work. Every once in a while when he's there, he will come to the lounge to listen to my singing. I don't know whether he fell in love with me straight away, but he said he fell in love with the band, so I don't know which one.
And is there a reason why you keep this place quite true to, you know, what it was like back then, or the essence of him?
I think people, whenever they come, they feel that they are coming to my house and eat also like in the house. That's what I want them to feel.
In what sense?
Comfort. Comfort. A lot of them, they use the word comfort. Anyway, later you can try and then you judge by yourself. Here's the first course. Spaghetti vongole.
Damn xiang, right? So fragrant.
I can smell the garlic.
Yeah.
And your main course.
Oh
fried
my
calamari
goodness, it's
with some
huge.
prawns.
Huge. It's very good.
Veronica, you also grew up in the East, right?
Yep.
Any good food places you hang out at?
Oh, if I started telling you, we'll be here all night. But really, I think the East has got a bit of an unfair advantage. We really have a lot of good makan places. I mean, for example, like Changi Village, my parents like going there for the nasi lemak and some other dishes like oloa and things like that. And then after that, go for a little walk just to digest the food.
So that's your tip to eating food, is it? You all walk a little bit, then can eat more.
But yeah, I do believe the food in the East is a little bit better than everywhere else in Singapore.
You're going to start a food
I'm
war
going to start a food war.
online. Eh?
So Wenqi, after a long day of exploring different kinds of comfort food, which would you say is your favourite? I know, very tough. Very tough.
All three places were so interesting, and I think it's also the stories that they shared. It's so interesting. But if I really had to choose, Porta.
I knew it. I knew it. Life changing for you. The way you reacted with that boom to the vegetable, that was like, yep, she's sold.
So what about you? What was great?
Mine very personal. Obviously, it's the the mi hong kueh. For me, it's the bonding that I get with my parents, and the taste and the softness and the al dente all blended into that perfect handmade noodle. For me, that's just like my favorite comfort food.
And with that, we've come to an end of our 4-part series with Changi Precinct. Hopefully, you've learned something new about Changi Precinct and we've piqued your interest enough for you to come down and be inspired to maybe come and try the good food that we've had today. And with that, I bid you farewell. If you like, share, subscribe, maybe we do season 2. You see Veronica Phua again? Okay, bye! Bye! Maybe my company will pay me to eat good food again. Please, thank you very much.
Maybe I also can't eat.